We are the National Housing Finance Corporation, an entity of the Department of Human Settlements that is mandated to provide innovative and affordable housing finance solutions for the low to middle income market who are earning between R3,501 and 22,000 per month. To qualify, you need the following certified copies as supporting documents when applying for first home finance. 1. A South African bar-coded identity document, alternatively a bar-coded permanent residence permit where applicable. 2. Birth certificates or South African identity documents of all financial dependents that will be living with you where applicable. 3. Proof of foster children guardianship where applicable. 4. Marriage certificate, civil union certificate or cohabiting affidavit or proof of partnership where applicable. 5. Divorce settlement where applicable. 6. Spouse's death certificate where applicable. 7. Proof of monthly income and 3 months pay slips or 6 months bank statements if self-employed. 8. Home loan approval in principle or a grant letter from an accredited lender or a permission to occupy. 9. Agreement of sale for the residential property and 10. Building contract and approved building plan where applicable.
Buying your first home can be a difficult and scary journey. What if I don't qualify? What if they say I earn too little for a bond? Well, the Department of Human Settlements has your back. Through First Home Finance, government offers you a subsidy when buying your first property. You may qualify if you earn between R3,501 and 22,000 Rand per month. You can buy a new home, an existing home, or a service stand, or even build a home in rural areas. This subsidy can even assist you in paying transfer costs or a deposit. For more info, go to firsthomefinance.co.za. Human Settlements, leaving no one behind in housing the nation.
Social housing, by definition, is subsidized rental accommodation which is driven by the Social Housing Regulatory Authority (SHRA), social housing institutions (SHIs), other delivery agents (ODA), and provincial human settlement departments in conjunction with local municipalities. The Nhfc provides top-up funding up to 30% as secured debt, and the balance of which is provided for by SHRA to accredited SHIs and ODAs that qualify for Consolidated Capital Grants (CCG) to complete the project. Social housing projects are aimed at providing subsidized rental housing to accommodate the low to middle income rental market sector. Qualifying criteria: the borrowing entity must be a registered legal entity or a non-profit company (NPC) and accredited SHI or ODA. The SHI or ODA must be allocated as CCG. The project feasibility must be financially viable per Nhfc criteria. Private rental is a project or development finance program which enables properties owned by landlords to be developed or refurbished for purposes of leasing to tenants. The Nhfc provides medium to long-term debt funding to such property practitioners, developers or landlords to refurbish existing buildings or for greenfield housing developments. Qualifying criteria: the borrowing entity must be a registered legal entity. Equity contribution is required and is determined on a case-by-case basis to enable acceptable gearing levels. The proposed development must address core Nhfc mandate and the project feasibility must be financially viable per Nhfc criteria. Affordable housing developer is designed for people or organizations that want to develop affordable housing scheme that require investment or non-financial assistance to get started. Subsidy bridging finance is a project development finance product that offers short-term loans revolving facility, typically taken out for a period of 60 days or longer to bridge contractors' cash flows pending payment by the respective employer. Nhfc provides bridging finance to contractors who have been appointed for the construction of subsidized houses either by an organ of government or the private sector. Qualifying criteria: the borrowing entity must be a registered legal entity. The contractor must be awarded a construction contract from governmental department, national, provincial or local, or the private sector. Must be registered with the NHBRC and have a CIDB grading, and the project feasibility must be financially viable per Nhfc criteria. Equity contribution is required and is determined on a case-by-case basis to enable acceptable gearing levels. Nhfc offers wholesale funding in a form of structured loans to retail finance intermediaries (RFIs) who are on lending to qualifying low and middle income homeowners to improve their housing condition on an incremental, gradual basis. Acceptable end-user loan usage includes building a new house, house extension, fixed improvement to a house, connecting to utilities, water, sewerage and electricity, energy-efficient retrofits including solar energy, insulation and other energy innovations, water harvesting, fencing and productive housing. Incremental Housing Finance (IHF) is facilitated to empower both rural and urban low-income earners to improve their living conditions. Nhfc aspires to see intermediaries grow to a point where they can access funding from other institutions, thus crowding in the private sector as a funding partner to the Nhfc. Qualifying criteria: the borrowing entity, whether commercial microfinance intermediary or community-based organization such as cooperative financial institution or cooperative, must be a registered legal entity. Registered as a credit provider with the National Credit Regulator and willing to supplementary register as a developmental credit provider. The MFI must be willing and able to lend in line with the core Nhfc mandate. Cash flow projections must be financially viable per Nhfc criteria. Equity contribution is required and is determined on a case-by-case basis to enable acceptable gearing levels.